to group form elements in HTML, we will use field set. So let's create a field set first of all. First, let's create a form. Then inside here, we will create some input elements. So let's create a label, and let's say this label is for name, and give them a text of name as well. Then let's add an input type text, set the ID to name and name also to name. Then let's create one more label and input, this time for the email. So let's create an email as well, another input. This time the type should be email, ID email as well, and name email as well. Let's add a break here, so it should become inside a new line. Okay. Now, if we want to group these two input elements, we just have to put them inside a pair tag or inside a tag which is with the name of field set. And let's cut this from here, put it here. Now, as you guys can see, it group these two inputs together. We can also add a caption to this by providing a new tag with the name of legend. So if we type here legend and we say personal information, now in here we got a caption also for our input groups. For grouping the input fields, first you need to set the field set. Then inside the field set, you have to add legend for the caption of this. In here we can write anything, email or anything we want. Then now in here, as you guys notice, if I type anything, it will suggest a list of content that I can pick from it, even for the email also. For example, in here, if I type V, it will suggest me this list that I can select from it. This is called autocomplete. We can set it to on and off. By default, it's on. For example, in here, if in the name, if I come and type autocomplete and set it to off. Now, if I go to home, name and type anything, I cannot get that list because I set the autocomplete to off. But it's on in the email. If I type anything, I get the list. I can off it in here also by just typing autocomplete is equal to off. Now, it's not displaying me the list of autocomplete options. Let's set it back to on. This one also on. Save. Now, when I click here, it shows me the list. Another thing, let's set them to off, both of them. Now, another thing that I want to mention is called placeholders. Right now, even if I don't type anything, it's our input types are blank in here, but we can add a placeholder so the user can know what this field is for. Little description. Let's type here placeholder and we can type our text. So okay, now inside our placeholder we can type our text in here. For example, please write your name. Save. Now I got this text, please write your name, and whenever the user click in this and start typing, it will disappear. For example, ABC, as you guys can see, it has been disappeared. Or if when I remove it, it will display back. Same thing we can do for the email also. So let's add here a placeholder, and please write your email. Save. Now in the email I got my placeholder as well. Now the next thing that I want to talk is how we can add an input type date, where the user can select date or time from a picker. So Let's scroll down, and in here let's create a new label, and this one will be for day, and let's add day. Now to create a date picker in HTML, we just have to type input type day, and we can give them an ID, for example birthday, and name as well birthday. Now let's close this. In here, as you guys can see, I got my date as well. So let's add a BR in here. Okay. Now when the user click this icon, it will pop up a date picker, so they can select a date also. Similarly, you can also create a slide bar to select for a range. For example, in here, let's create a label, and this will be for example for volume, and let's type here volume as well. And to create a slider or range, you will just type input type and set the type to range. You can give him the ID also. You can see it's volume, and the name is also volume. Now let's save this. Let's close save. Now I got my slider also, so I can set that range in here. Another input type, you can also add a color picker in HTML. So to add a color picker, let's create a label, and this is for colors. Let's type here colors, and let's type input type, and the type is of this is color. We can let's add a ID and name also, so color. Now as in here we got a color picker. When the user click, they can select any color they want